What is good, y'all? It's Ronald, also known as Youcapper from sportsmemo.com. Got my guy Chris B capping with me again, once again, and we had a pretty solid show yesterday, bro. I think we went 2-1. The one that lost was the Rangers, the Rangers game, man.
Rangers Astros under
Yeah,
4.5 for the
I
first
think we
five. I
got
was
we got killed on a grand
on a
slam.
grand slam by
Yeah,
Perez, yeah. But it won't totally his fault though. I see it was Ukrady. He played horrible. He pitched horrible. He had some
yeah,
regression because he'd been
yeah,
playing so good against them. And I was actually watching that game. He gave up I
yeah,
think 1 or 2 in the first, and then yeah, he ended up continuing to get rocked and. Then they
yeah.
gave up the grand slam, man. I said, "Oh,
Man,
I thought
I
Perez. I
personally,
believed in Perez. I thought he was going.
yeah,
Well, even when the base
yeah.
was loaded, I'm like, yeah, he gonna get out of this jam because he had turned a double play right before. So I'm like, yeah, he gonna get out of this jam. When I
Yeah,
saw the
yeah.
grand slam, my face was like this.
Oh god, yeah, because it sucked too because I had the money line. Yeah, I think I mentioned it on the show yesterday. Personally, I had the money line on the Rangers, so
Mm-hmm.
that was tough. They kept going back and forth for a little bit, and then the Astros they just took over.
Yeah, I think they
But
won
yeah,
75.
it's
Yeah,
another day. It's another day, and
yeah.
we're
We had
hopefully
some wins too, though. We ain't gonna talk about the
yeah
wins,
we
but we
yeah
had some
yeah
wins.
we
Yeah,
got the wins overall on the show. Official plays, we went 2-1, so we profitable there. Um, So with that said, man, we got two games that we want to talk about here. I gotta cut out early just in case anyone is here early, but I gotta cut out around like 11:45. I'm gonna be on Sports Memo's MLB show again today. Last time on the Sports Memo MLB show, we swept the board on best bets. So definitely you guys check that out. We got some other cappers on there today. Um, what up, Mitch? What up, Mitch? Thanks for popping in here.
what happened,
So
Mitch?
we got the first game we want to look at is Blue Jays and Orioles here. I'm gonna bring up my screen. So Blue Jays and Orioles, we got Barrios. Let me bring this up. We got Barrios and Dean Kremer. You can see the whip here for Barrios. He's struggling this season, 5.19. Kremer, not too bad, 3.43, but you can see their whip is kind of high, right? 1.35, 1.32 here. Average innings pitch over 5. So if we look at the first 5, we expect to just cap these pitchers primarily. Um, sorry, 1 second. And Cameron knows where we're going with this one. He knows where we're going with this one.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
see it.
So we got Barrios right-handed, Kremer right-handed. Barrios on the road 7.50 ERA, 5-6 record there. At night 9-4, but you can still see he's struggling. 5.09 ERA there. Last 3, 2-1, 4.96 ERA. On the other side, at home, Kremer 4-2, 3.41 ERA. Last 3, regressing a little bit, 5.63, 1-2 record there. And towards the under here at home, 5-1 to the under, but the opposite here to 9-2 to the over here with Barrios. And then if we look at the batting splits here, Blue Jays 5-2, 5.2, 264 here. Orioles right-handed, 233 with 4 runs there. And then the bullpen here, obviously the bullpen for the Orioles are pretty dominant here. So that's one thing to look at there. Last 5, you can see that the Orioles are hitting a lot better here, especially against righties, almost 280, 4.4 runs. And on this side, they're hitting 270 with 4 runs. So current form looks like the Orioles are hitting the righties on the road a lot better. We go over to Give Me the Dog here. What should we bring up first, Chris?
First
You want
thing,
to just bring up Barrios?
yeah, I was gonna say first
Okay.
thing I looked at on this one with RC was Barrios because we always talk about backing him at home. I think he's still undefeated at home. But if you look at those splits, like
Oops.
just home versus road, I see
Yeah.
he's to me he's the pitcher that gets the most, has the most wins based on the amount of run support that he gets. Like
Yeah.
the Blue Jays typically score, especially when he's at home. I think so. Even if he gives up a couple, they typically can bail him out to the point where he either doesn't it gets a no decision or he gets the win. But on the road, they don't score as well. So Yeah, you like you said, straight up 16-6.
Yep.
But when
Here's
you
the splits here: 3.41.
how many runs is that? I see that's what 6 runs.
6 runs. Yeah, 6
Yeah,
runs
they
here
just
for
give
this
him a lot of
squad.
run support. Yeah.
Yep. And then if we look at like the split, like you said, let's look at on the road 5 and 6. First 5, 2, 7 and 2,
Yep.
9 and 2 to the over. So a strong look to the
You're
over
getting
here.
smacked. Look at that. I see,
Yeah.
real quick.
Look at that first 5. Yeah.
So look, so actually look, this is what I wrote down in my notes. I know we didn't talk about this before the show. We talked about this game,
Yeah.
but what I had written down in my notes was the Orioles team total over 3.5 for the full game.
Yep. That is a solid look. I mean, like look at just that first 5 average at 3.91.
Let me make sure it was 3.5 and not 4.5. I think it was 3.5 though. Let's see. Yeah, Orioles team total over 3.5 for the full game, that's crazy to me that it was 3.5 with good value.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat here. Orioles, Blue Jays, 12-1 to the over. Last 13. Okay, we can check on that.
Yeah.
Orioles 13-5 in the last 18 games. I like that as underdogs.
Yeah, for sure, LJ.
Yep. But I do like that overlook on the team total, because if we don't, I mean, we know Berrios is going to give up runs. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you guys don't trust the Orioles here to win it against a Blue Jays team, at least we can trust them to get some runs enough to get over the team total. So that's actually a really good look there to bring up. Even that first 5, look at that 3.91 first 5 there. And they're typically down. Look at that. They're down 2, 7 and 2 in the first 5 money line there. So maybe the Orioles first 5 too, or either way, Orioles first 5.
I'm pulling up
because you can get plus money on that first 5 money line.
Yeah, I like the first 5 money line a lot, especially when we see that 2, 7 and 2. What was it? 2, 7 and 2?
2, 7 and 2.
Yeah, 2, 7 and 2 first 5. Yeah. Let's see.
Let's look at the other side real quick.
God,
let me go back.
Oh man, the real quick while you're doing the RC, I talked about my 2 leans yesterday, towards the end of the show.
Yeah,
and it was run line for the Phillies and it was run line for the Mets, and they both smashed the opposing team. And the Mets had a big. I didn't play it today because they were such huge favorites, even the 1.5. But they win it 6-0 over the Reds in the third inning. Yeah, it's crazy. I see.
Oh, Berrios, LL. So I'm just looking right now. I'm just looking at how they've been doing divisional on the road, and they've lost their last 3 here. Jalen Beeks, Jordan Lyles, Kyle Bradish. 2 of these, I mean, shit, two straight here.
Even last night when Noah got rocked, he gave up 3 runs in the first 5 last night when I was looking at it. I think it was before the first 5 he gave up.
I mean, these games are important for these 2 teams.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The Orioles remind me a tad bit right now, RC, of the Cavaliers last year, the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA, right? Where they just the books haven't adjusted yet, so you're able to still get plus money on them. But if they continue to play like this, I know it's something like 22 of the last 25 or some crazy stat like that. Like they've only lost like 3 games recently.
Yeah,
we won't continue to be able to get that plus money for forever.
You can see them as home dogs too. Like they're on a good run here. So 4 straight there, loss, and then another 4 straight, like as home dogs, and they're playing some solid teams like Yankees, Rays. Well, not the Angels.
Yeah, Guardians are in there. They're solid. Okay. Mariners, Rays.
Okay, let's do Dean Kremer. So 7 and 4 straight up. First 5, 3-5-3.
Mm-hmm. He not getting a lot of run support at all. Honestly, that's the one thing that kept me from putting that ticket in earlier. They just for whatever reason they don't score a lot when he's the starting pitcher.
That's gross.
Yeah.
He's definitely not getting the run support needed.
Yeah, he does a good job of limiting the other team. When you think about Barrios, and you showed the stats on Spodex. When you think about Barrios, you think about the over, and specifically for the first 5. But when you think about Dean Kramer, you think about the under. Looking at those numbers, I don't know what they were, but you see a lot of unders, even on the screen right here.
Yeah. All right, let's look at. All right, so he's towards the under. I don't like that.
Yeah, no run support.
No run support, but he's getting the wins though. Somehow he's limiting their opponents. He got rocked here 6-0, 7-6 here. That's the Rangers and the Yankees. Beat the Pirates, Angels, Rangers, Rays. Lost to the Guardians 2-3. Man, this is interesting. It's like total opposite. I really wanted to get Orioles here.
Yeah.
But if they can't, all right, so we look at this.
So what I did, RC, was I went back and looked at the Orioles as a team post All-Star game against starting right-handed pitchers, and just to look at their splits to see how many runs they were scoring, because I was thinking specifically trying to get to that team, get over that team total with 3.5.
Yeah. All right, so the way that I would probably look at this here, I want to take the over. I want to think that the Orioles can get to Berrios. And then obviously the Blue Jays should be able to put. I think the Blue Jays should be able to put up some runs as well. And then from the first 5 perspective, I do want to fade Berrios here. I know Kremer doesn't look that solid, but on the money line, I just feel like that this is a spot where they've won already 2 in a row. They showed that they could beat them, and it could just be a streaky moment for these guys because they need this win for the wild card.
I agree,
and it's divisional.
I totally agree. What up, Wham? Wham in the chat. What up, OG Wham?
What's good, Wham? He had the hose yesterday, right, Wham? Well, oh man. Okay, sorry. That was a chat, inside joke. All right, so let's go with, man. I really want to take the Orioles here in some fashion, and I want to say it's the first 5, even though their record here is just really a fade of Berrios.
Yeah, for sure. Miss said just take. For me personally, I think the run support argument is shaky. I find it hard to believe that teams hit that much better because a pitcher is on the mound on their own team. Yeah. I think some of that stuff is command though, Mitch. Like I feel like certain players, like that play behind the pitcher, they just kind of go as the pitcher goes. I think we saw it last night with Urias on the mound. I contemplated playing the Dodgers 1.5 last night. And they absolutely smashed the Twins last night, and me and RC talked about that. Beat them 10-3. So I think sometimes it's just it's both. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah. All right. So for me, so this is the way that I'm gonna look at it. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna put my money on it yet, but I want to say that the game's gonna go over full game, and then I would probably take the Orioles on the first 5 money line for plus money.
What's the full game total, RC?
I believe it's 9. Let me just double check my book real quick.
It's 9.5. I see that 9.5 for plus 115.
9.5. That means it went up because I'm pretty sure when I saw it earlier it was 9.
It's probably 9. Yeah, but
okay, so 9.
It's 9.
Hold on. Hold up.
What up, D?
Yeah, mine is at 9, over 9 plus 100.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah. I wanna say this game goes over, and then the first 5 money line for Baltimore is plus 130.
Ooh, little plus money. D said he hit on him last night. He was on his O's last night on the run lock cast. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably the way that I'm gonna look at it. And then if I bet anything, I'll probably post it on Chalkboard or on Twitter. Probably on chalkboard, most likely.
Yeah.
Fuck. Man, I really wanted to be like real official on that one.
Yeah, me too. Me too, actually. Which is why I like that total more than a side, because I do feel like even if the Rays score, I still think the Orioles get to 4 runs today.
The Blue Jays? You talking about
Blue Jays?
Blue Jays?
Yeah. Blue Jays, yeah.
Yeah. Cameron, man, I like the plus money with that first 5 money line, and you also have the opportunity to just push just in case anything happens. Same thing with the over right now with the 9, because my book has plus 100. So if you can get plus over 9 plus 100, I think that might be the way to go as well. That's my opinion here. I haven't placed a bet on it though. The full transparency, I have not placed a bet on it, but initially when I was first looking at it, I was already looking at the Orioles anyways, because just a pure fade of Berrios. So yeah, maybe as we continue to talk about it and we go through it, and then we get to the recap section, maybe I'll just talk myself into playing one of those and making it official. But for now, we'll just lean that way. All right, let's go on to the next one. Or any last comments on that, Chris?
No. That's it. I'm checking the weather real quick, RC, because I know you're talking about going over on a total. So I just want to look at the weather real quick.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So while you do that, I'm gonna move on to the next game, and that's gonna be the Guardians and Tigers. Thunderstorm in Jay's game may not play. Oh, thunderstorm.
Yeah, I see. Yep, chance of rain and thunderstorm. Wind actually blowing in RC at 5 miles, about 5 miles per hour.
That's probably what's pushing it down. Because I just seen an 8.5 somewhere.
Oh, okay.
On the one of the books. Okay. All right. So this one is Savali and Hutchison. You can see their ERAs here: 6.17, 4.28. High WHIP for both of them. If we look at the starter analysis here, trending towards the over at home, 3-1-1, and then 5-1 to the over here on the road. Opposite here, last 3 games though, 3-0 to the under. So he's I guess positive regression here a little bit.
1.67 earned runs in the last 3 too, I see.
Yeah, and then so we had the on the road though, 7.67 ERA, 4.5 at home here. On the batting splits, 4.65 here for the Guardians, so they hit righties on the road a little bit better than they do against lefties. Here it's the opposite a little bit. They struggling against righties at home. Look at last 5, struggling even more. Here, both of these teams are struggling.
Yep, they're not.
Yeah, that's interesting though, because I was looking one certain way based on a couple of trends here. But so bullpen here, 9.99. Is that okay? 3.33 here on the bullpen. Last 5 games, 4.14, 3.33. I mean, like with this here, last 5 being so bad, there has to be some point of positive regression, right? Like there's no way that it continues to be that bad,
especially with these teams on the with these two teams.
The Guardians, they don't strike out a lot, so they're always getting contact with the ball. Maybe it's just unlucky hits. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so let's go to.
They also just came out of that series with the Astros too. I see where they.
Oh yeah, and what Astros and under. We talked about that yesterday. Astros.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, they decided to go over yesterday when we take the under on them, but yeah,
dummies. All right, all right. So one way that I was looking at it, I think it was Hutchison.
The books got it back up though, RC, because I was just looking at the Guardians team total, and they got it sitting at 4.5, and it's a low juice, minus 122. So the books are anticipating that the Guardians they get their best together and score today.
Oh, okay. All right. So the way that I was looking at this one was the first 5 over. So you can see Drew Hutchison here, 6-2 to the over. Surprisingly, 6-2 straight up in the first 5 as well. Here's your averages: 4.5, 2.88. And then the total today is at 8. And I think it has to do with just how bad their offenses has looked lately, right? If we're looking at what we saw in Spodev's batting average and run support was not there. And then if we move over to home, 5-0 on the first five. Um, Total there, 5.4 runs here, 3.4 there on the opposite side. So for me, just based off of Hutchison, it was a strong look towards the first five over. Did you actually cap this one at all?
Yeah,
6-2.
I looked at that RC, but the same thing that slowed you down just a tad bit was what slowed me down, right?
Oh yeah.
I think to further this point, RC, yesterday when we talked about back in Shane Bieber, we talked about how that Anderson guy, I think was his name, should have got rocked yesterday. I think he was something like 0-6 in the first five.
Yeah.
And the Guardians didn't score until the fifth inning, so I barely got that. I took the Guardians first five yesterday, and I barely won that bet because it was only 1-0 at the end of the first five.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they ended up scoring 5 runs, but it was later. It was a little bit later into the game. So, the Guardians they've been struggling to score runs, specifically early in games.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So if we're I brought in Savali. I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah.
7-5-1 to the over first five, 9-4 to the over full game, 2-7-4 in the first five money line. So we're seeing like opposites here on that first five money line.
But it's you know why though, RC? It's the lack of run support. You see he's only getting, what is that, 1.85, I think you just showed. And on the
1.85 in the first five, yeah.
On the opposite, RC, I don't know if you looked at that number. It was 4.5 runs in the first five.
On the what? On the what? 4.5.
Or for Hutchison. That's why his record was so good.
Oh yeah. He's getting a lot of runs. Well, this one's at home. This one's at home. So specifically at home, he's getting
That's a lot of runs in the first five.
Manea, Springs. I mean, so a lot of that damage is done right here in these three here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we look at Savali, he's giving up a good amount of chunk. He's giving up a good chunk of runs too. 1.85 on their own side. And he's going against Montes, Cole, Yankees, Giants, A's. Man, he gave up this much to the A's.
Anything's possible, I see.
Tigers. So he already messed with Tigers here, 6-1. I mean, at least they already seen him, so that gives them a little bit of a
advantage to the batters.
We can give them a little bump there. What about, man?
You see those straight unders?
Yeah, three in a row. So we got Cortez, Singer, and Giolito. Shit, sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. Okay.
What up, S dot in here. RC said,
don't chat. Oh, there's Ski. I should send Ski there. I should send Ski the link, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay.
But he said
don't trust him. Yeah, I don't trust him at all.
Yeah. Trust him to get rocked. We looking at the over, Ski.
We're looking at the over first five.
We're not looking at no under.
So that is actually helpful information too.
Facts.
First five over was the way that I was looking. I want to say that would probably be the only way that I could look here. I don't know if I'm gonna go with even though the trend is saying to pointing towards the Tigers first five money line. I would trust the over a little bit more. I don't know if that makes sense. 4.5 is at plus 100 too.
Mm-hmm. I see the minus 110.
And you could tell the books are saying that the first five is probably going to go over because at a total of 8, typically it's probably like, I want to say 3.5 if it's trending towards the under.
That's a fact.
So they go 4.5 and it's plus money. I would take that. I'm gonna make that one official because I wanna actually take that.
Okay.
R2G at plus 150 first five money line. I think that's pretty dope. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go first five over. over. 4.5 plus 100. All right. You good with that one, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
You want to take a look more on the money line too, or just stay with the over?
Nah, I'm not trusting
with
either one of these.
Yeah,
these pitches. Nah, I'm good. I'm good off both of them. I don't take side. I don't take sides.
Hey, that plus 1.5 actually. 1.5 is actually a pretty good look too. What is that?
What's the
1.5?
odds? I was gonna say
1.5.
Chris said, look at Seville versus the
minus
Tigers.
115. All right, let's look at that. Seville.
No, God damn.
Oh shit. All right. Well, that was all right. So this one.
One from this year.
The one from this year was a win too. Let me see what the first five. First five, they had no runs. All right, that's funky. That was in May though. Okay, so that's a little bit different.
Against school,
I want to say.
Yeah.
And then Hutchinson. Okay. I'm sticking with that first 5 over, in my opinion. That's the way that I'm gonna go.
I like that first 5 over.
And the fact that Ski just said he hasn't started in like a month, that's the way I'm gonna go. Yeah. All right, so that I'm sticking with that one. All right, chat. We only had 2 games in mind for us that we wanted to look at. What do you guys want to look at?
Last 2 weeks, Tigers 30th weighted runs created plus
versus right-handed pitchers.
You're talking about not trusting the starters is off. Yeah. I ain't taking nothing on this either. Ski. Braves and Red Sox. I was looking into this game. I wanted to cap it. I haven't capped it yet though. Cardinals and Rockies. The Rockies rocked the Cardinals last night. They had like 300 runs in the 3rd inning. I was like, God damn, that shit got out of hand last night. Verlander today for sure, Ski. That's what I was looking at, bro. I wanted them on the run line for the first 5, but they had already put it at 1.5. Sandy Day.
You want to talk? We can talk about it. I don't care. Really.
Let's do that one. Capped that game. We talked about that game. I'm definitely on Verlander though, Ski.
All right, so let's do. Hey, Ski, if you're available tomorrow, you can hop on with us.
Yeah, for sure. Come through, Ski.
I just don't ask because you have that 10 o'clock to forever show.
For forever show. I'll be jumping.
Right, so
I'll be jumping in Ski joints that he be doing on Spotify.
Yeah, man. That's just fun. I love that. I love that group that they have there.
Yeah, for
sure. So we got Alcantara 14-8. Noah Syndergaard here. That's just based off of him with Phillies. 1.88 ERA, under 1 WHIP. I think Noah's Thor's first game, he gave up 4 runs and 11 hits to the Nationals.
He did. Yeah.
To me, I feel like there's gonna be a bounce back here.
Me too.
On the Syndergaard side. So I think the way that we were both, myself and Chris, was looking is towards the under here.
Yep.
Especially with Alcantara on the mound, you always want to look towards the under. If we look at the bats as well, we already know the Marlins been struggling to put up runs.
Struggling is an understatement.
If we look at last 5 there, you can see that 1 point. Oh my God, like
that shit is terrible.
Yeah, and then the Phillies here, 5.8, 5.6. But I just feel like with it being Alcantara on the mound, that should bring it down a little bit.
For sure.
And then the bullpens here, both doing pretty well lately. But overall in the season, a little bit over 4 ERA. If we go to
hold on.
Go ahead.
Go back. Yep. I just want to go all the way to the bottom and then go to the last starts. Keep going to the Marlins. Marlins specifically. See how many runs they've been scoring.
Right here, Marlins.
Yeah, look at that. 1,
3. God damn. So only one.
Look at them
in the last 10 games, only 1 game over 4 runs.
Yeah.
And it was with Alcantara. So he gets his run support 3-4 enough to I mean, if you guys look towards the money line, he could probably do enough damage to take that over.
Ski said full game under 7 and Phillies first 5 team total 1.5 for me. I took the full game ski
Yeah,
under
the full
7.5
game.
this morning when I first woke up.
Yeah, the full game and the first 5 unders was the way we were both looking here.
Glad we're on the same page.
Yep. Let's go here to give me the dog. We'll just bring in. Sorry, 1 second. Road dog. Okay, so we got. All right, so Alcantara is a road dog, 5-1-1 to the under. You can see that first 5 here.
Only about 2 runs.
He's definitely not getting the run support in the first 5, 1.43 there. But he goes deep into his games. I think let's go back to
7-8 innings.
Seven is it 7 innings? Yeah, around 7 innings. So sometimes the runs come after the first 5. And then you can see that they kind of take over 3.57 and then 2.57 there. If we look at the teams that he's faced, Mets a couple of times, blanked them once here already. Braves limited them to 1. Lost to Aaron Nola 2-3. So a lot of under games here. The only over was this first one here against Logan Webb up down in April.
Yeah.
And that's when they could probably hit. They had like Jazz and all the other guys. So that's another way to go. Is that first 5 or full game under. What did we see on the other side? Let's see. Syndergaard. I think mostly for me is Syndergaard just bouncing back off of a bad start, especially
I see it's that, but it's also that me and you probably could go out there and pitch, and we probably would only give up 3 runs to the Marlins, bro. They are atrocious right now.
Yeah. So this is accounting for some of the games with the Angels, right? But just him in general, we're looking at him in general. Oh, he actually faced the Marlins here.
Yeah, I looked into that too. So you see that 1 and 2?
Yeah, 1-2. So he's already gone under.
I looked into to Syndergaard versus the Marlins in general, and I looked at Qatar versus the Phillies in general, and you'll find a lot of trends to support the under in that game as well.
Yeah,
and those trends as well.
Yeah. Eric Jones is mentioning the over here. Phillies 5-3 over 7. Phillies 5-3 over 7. I'm assuming that he's predicting the score 5-3. Or that's a record. I don't know. You Eric, you let us know what you mean by that. That's that. I think. I mean, you can see the numbers here. Even at what is the total? Is that 7 or 7.5?
I think it's probably down to 7 now, but I caught it at 7.5 earlier.
Yeah. Okay. 3.5 there. And the first 5 was 3.5, I think. When I got it.
It was 3.5, yeah. Actually, it's funny, I see, because it's actually then went up some. The juice got reduced just a tad bit. It's a 7.5 for a FanDuel at -124.
So 3.5 minus 105 is the first 5 total, and then the full game total 7 over 7 minus 120. Yeah, so it is juice to the over. That's interesting.
That's because you can still take the under at 7.5 on some places, on some books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the only way that I could look. Only towards the under here. Either the first 5 or the full game.
Wind not blowing out, RC. I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah.
Wind blowing to the east. Yeah, so yeah, it should be good.
All right, so let's look at the bats again. So most of if it goes over, it's gonna be on the Phillies side. It looks like, because most of that power is right there.
Yeah, he should be able to slow him down. Check out the Phillies RC when they play against a right-handed pitcher that has an ERA below 2 or below 2.5. I looked at this morning too.
Less than 2.5.
Yeah, let's just do 2.5. I think Alcantara got the best ERA in out of everybody. I think it's like a 1.88 or 1.9 something. It's below 2, but I think I did 2.5.
4.67, 2.22. Is that right? Less than or equal to 2.5.
Yeah, hold on. Start. Hold on. What you put up at the top, RC? STD. What is STD beside the ERA?
Season to date ERA.
Oh, season to date ERA. I always just do opponent ERA, starter ERA. So I'll put the STD.
Okay. I don't know what the difference. I'm not 100% sure what the difference would be, but I usually use season to date. I see what you're saying. That's interesting. I might need to talk to Gambrinus and figure out what the main difference is, or it might be here. So SERA starters ERA had over in their last game. Starters ERA in their last game, and then if we do season to date ERA, starters ERA by team this season. I gotta figure that out because I typically do STDS ERA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full game D probably so. Probably like I don't know if I take the under for 1.5 for the first 5, but that would be a look though because they can't score.
You talking about team total?
Yeah, he asked about the Marlins team total under 1.5 for the first 5.
Okay. Yeah. I personally did the first 5 under, and I think Chris.
I did too.
Full game,
right? I did the full game in the first 5.
Full game in the first 5.
Yeah.
I personally did the first 5. I'm probably gonna sprinkle a little bit on the full game under as well. So, was it plus? What is it now at the full game?
The total?
Is it minus? Is plus 100? Or is it minus?
You saw that plus 100. I when I looked at it, I saw it at 7.5. Still, it was minus 124.
Oh,
so it just depends on where you're shopping at.
All right. Well, where was that at?
That's actually on FanDuel.
FanDuel. All right, let's do that one. All right, so let's do shit. Well, what's the first 5 then over at FanDuel?
4.5, but that shit is extremely juiced, RC.
All right,
so minus 180.
All right, so under 7.5 minus what? Minus 1.
Minus 124.
124.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll rock with that. Okay, so we got two plays. I'll give out my first 5 at plus 100. Minus 105. All right. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything on that first game. I really wanted to take the Orioles, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Hold on. What time is it? 40? Yeah, I gotta cut out. Okay. I want to say I'm probably gonna take the over on the Blue Jays game. Blue Jays Orioles. I want to take the over there. So, and that's over 9. Sorry, I'm looking at the odds here.
Nah, you good. I'm writing this down too. Blue Jays Orioles.
Over 9 plus 100. Fuck. Actually, didn't you guys say there was like wind blowing in and there was like a rain and shit like that?
The thunderstorm was.
Yeah, man, fuck it. I'm not gonna bet that game. Sorry, I'm not gonna bet that game. I'm gonna do the first 5 over. 4.5 plus 100 on the Guardians Tigers game. That's 1. And then the first 5 under 3.5 minus 105 on the Marlins. On that Marlins game. Sorry, let me take the screen off.
Marlins and
Phillies.
Under 3.5.
Under 3.5 first 5. And then that's the line that I got. And then the full game under 7.5 minus 24. If you got FanDuel, I think I would rock with that one.
Yeah, I got that. I played the 3.5 too, RC. I played the 3.5 and I played the 7.5. First 5 and full game.
Okay. All right, so we got 3 plays then. All on the total, nothing on the side. Wind at Camden is largely negligible, but there's a lot of rain. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to mess with the weather shit. I'm not gonna mess with it.
Yeah.
Min Park, we just went over the official plays. It's three totals. First 5 over 4.5 plus 100 on the Guardians game. First 5 under 3.5 minus 105 Marlins Phillies. Full game under 7.5 minus 124 Marlins Phillies. That's the full game. That line is available at FanDuel, right, Chris?
Yep.
My book has 7. I'm probably still gonna take it at plus 100.
I like 7 too. I think.
But if you get 7.5, that's even better, I think. All right, cool. So those are the 3 plays. Chris, anything to plug before we go? You're gonna be with me tomorrow again?
Yeah, I'll be tomorrow.
Okay. Let's see if we can get Ski on tomorrow.
Yeah, Ski come through.
If we get Ski, I'm gonna hit him up. All right, so that's the 3 plays. With that said, that's the end of the show, guys. Thanks for rocking with us again. Hopefully we can get another at least a profitable day, 2-1. I won't be mad at 2-1.
3-0.
Obviously we want to go 3-0. Yeah, for sure. So that, let's see here. Anything else? No, that's it. All right, so that's the end of the show. Thanks to all who tuned in on YouTube and on Twitter. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button before you bounce. Make sure you check out the links in the description as well. All the links to the sites we used today. SpoDevs, Give Me the Dog, the live odds pages and all that stuff. That's down in the description. Our Twitter pages are there. Hyperlinks, so you can just click on it. It goes directly to our Twitter pages. And as always, I had to end with this. Please remember, whether you fade us or follow us, it's on you to make that call. Good luck on all your actions. Till next time. Peace.